Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar on generating and nurturing potential customers to drive offline conversions. My name is Kevin Chow, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager for Lead Ads. And I'll be presenting with my friend and colleague, David Kaufman. We're really happy about the large turnout for today's webinar, and we're looking forward to the Q&A session where we'll address some of your questions. A brief agenda before we dive into today's session. First, we'll start with an overview of how consumer behavior is changing in a mobile world and what that means for your acquisition efforts. We'll then move on to lead ads on Facebook and Instagram and also dive into why nurturing leads is critical. And we'll finally discuss how to drive offline conversions and how to make the most of your campaigns on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook offline conversion ties your offline data to your Facebook campaigns and allows you to leverage these insights to help improve your campaign performance. I'll again remind you to send in your questions so that we're able to cover those at the end of the session. To get started, I want to take a step back and talk about how the consumer behavior is changing globally. Just a few years ago, the yellow cab was something that was guaranteed never to be challenged. Now, Uber is the world's biggest taxi company. We can get an Uber, track our ride, and pay our driver all through our phones. Mobile is how we book a room anywhere in the world in a few clicks, thanks to companies like Airbnb, which are now the world's largest accommodation provider. Just a few years ago as well, the physical store was a place where consumers discovered, researched, and purchased products. Now, thanks to companies like Amazon, we buy things whenever and wherever we like. With mobile, consumers demand useful, relevant, helpful information, whenever and wherever they need it. As consumers ourselves, we can empathize, but as marketers, how do we deliver? How do we reach this new customer to grow our businesses? Time spent on smartphones is surpassing time spent on any other screen. Mobile is garnering a lot of our attention. It's the smallest device we have, yet the most intimate. On average, people in the US spend 3 hours a day on their mobile devices. That accounts to 87% of that time is being spent on mobile apps. The consumer experiences we're building and the subsequent opportunities they create for marketers are actually two sides of the same coin. Let's be honest, advertising can feel like a burdensome task. I really want to read this great article, but I have to wade through pop-ups, loud video ads, and the little X that constantly seems to elude my thumb. The marketing experience is part of the consumer experience, and that's why we take great care if and when we eventually decide to monetize a consumer product to ensure that we, as Facebook, are delivering a relevant ad in the least annoying way possible, because that's how people win in the long run. And if people win, then consumers and advertisers will all eventually win. And if advertisers win, then we all win too. We believe that better consumer experiences lead to better marketing opportunities for businesses and for publishers. Mobile creates an intimacy in the experience of content that makes the experience of both far and more intertwined and interdependent. We've recognized these pain points for advertisers and people. On one hand, people want a great experience when they're signing up for information that's useful to them. At the same time, advertisers want to reach people where they spend their time in a way that makes them easy to connect. So that's why we created Facebook lead ads. Lead forms benefit people in 3 key ways. First, lead ads are optimized for mobile on Facebook. They're seamless, native, and there's no load time because the form is part of the in-app experience. Secondly, the information that the person has publicly shared with Facebook is already pre-populated, making it easier for them to complete the form. Finally, the user is in control of the information they share. As you can see here, it's easy for them to edit form fields to submit and share the most appropriate information to you for that particular form. We've also seen a ton of success on Instagram. When testing lead ads on Instagram, advertisers who utilize placement optimization consistently achieve strong results. They extended their reach by 45%, improved conversion rates by up to 7%, and decreased their consumer acquisition costs by 50%. When available, it will be displayed alongside existing lead ad campaign options in Power Editor, Ads Manager, and the API. To really give you an example of the user experience, we put together a flow of the 2 different ad experiences. On the left-hand side, you see the lead ad, and the other is perhaps a regular mobile browsing experience. As you go through the flow, and as you watch this, you'll see that the Facebook lead experience offers a much more streamlined experience that reduces the likelihood that someone will drop off as they complete the form. The mobile web experience, on the other hand, offers a subpar experience that's not easy to navigate. These experiences, as I said, will lead to higher drop-off, inaccurate information, and ultimately inefficient spend of your acquisition budgets. We've seen businesses across the world, across categories and size, grow with the help of lead ads. Now, let's take a look at some of them.
One day I was just browsing Facebook on my phone and I came across an ad for Thinkful. It felt really relevant and it was also very easy to fill out. So just after clicking on the ad, it filled out my name and email.
When someone clicks on your lead ad, they get a context card with more information about your business. If they're interested in signing up, they can ask to be contacted. Their contact information is pre-populated, so there's minimal drop-off. And if you'd like, as a business, you can ask custom questions to learn more about them. Thinkful is an online coding school where every student works one-on-one with a mentor. We offer structured programs that help people learn software development and career services to help them find a new job. One of the challenges we often face is finding people who are qualified to take our courses. We found lead ads to be a powerful solution because of the combination of the targeting and the scale that Facebook offers.
It connected me with one of their mentors at Thinkful and they got in touch with me right away. So it was a really seamless process.
Santander é o terceiro maior banco privado do país, tem mais de 30 milhões de clientes, mais de 3 mil pontos de atendimento espalhados no Brasil. E o que a gente queria era abrir um novo canal de venda, que fosse online, para tirar o fator constrangimento dessa contratação, fazer com que a pessoa pudesse ela mesma contratar ali, na intimidade do celular dela. O Lead Ads é uma possibilidade de se gerar negócios no ambiente digital, de uma maneira simples e fluida. No caso do Santander, a gente não tinha um receptivo preparado para capturar esse interesse, então o formato do anúncio é muito importante. Todos os dias a gente recebe uma base de dados com os clientes interessados e a gente depois faz a abordagem por telefone para concretizar a venda.
Nissan is one of the leading car manufacturers in the world. Our motto is innovation that excites, and we are working for this. We are one of the brands that believe the digital channels are more effective and more productive. This campaign that we realized in October, November and December last year to be able to catch these customers and to transform them easily and quickly to purchase. Within this campaign, of 3 months, we could achieve more than 160 sales.
O ROI super positivo, a gente gerou 7 vezes mais retorno sobre o que a gente investiu.
We saw a 2.7x increase in lead and a 2.5x increase in revenue. We were really excited about those results. This campaign helped us reach more students and build on our lead as the largest online coding bootcamp.
It was a great experience. She answered all of my questions about the program, and then I signed up, and then I got a job, and then I was able to move up and start a new career. And I'm just really happy that I was able to make that connection.
As you just saw, businesses can capture a wide array of information from potential customers. From signups for newsletters to registering for a car test drive or a credit card, there's a whole lot of options available to you. We've seen a range of industries from autos to financial services and education to consumer CPGs, and FMCGs, real estate, entertainment, and telecom use lead ads very effectively. In many ways, generating leads or collecting customer information is just the start of the relationship. But nurturing these leads is actually critical to your business success. So let's think about your potential customers like a classic funnel. First, you start off with a big list of raw leads that you've gathered. Many of these will not necessarily go into the next step and turn to consumers. Often the first barrier to finding those viable leads is to identify which are the potential consumers that you may be able to serve for one reason or another. For example, an auto company may only be able to sell cars to someone who's able to finance it. Next, you have your sales accepted leads. These are the potential customers who the sales teams are able to contact effectively and then qualify. For instance, it could have to do with the team's limited capacity at that point in time, or their preference for certain types of consumers. And then lastly, the final set of customers eventually drops down significantly for a variety of reasons, and the cost of the new customer ends up being quite high. This is where nurturing helps. It drives more revenue, ensures that there's more efficient spend on advertising, and also helps to generate a larger purchase size. Here's another thing to remember. When you're trying to grow your business by adding to your consumer base, it's important to cast a wide net. Often, marketers only reach out to those who have shown the strongest intent or interest in their business. Let's say those who have searched online or visited their website. This is a great starting point and really effective while using lead ads, but there's a much bigger opportunity. With Facebook, businesses can reach out to people who are aware but haven't demonstrated interest, as well as people with little interest or awareness. These are your potential incremental customers. In addition to collecting customer information, a lead ad campaign can also drive and track conversions with the Facebook pixel. So while we are effectively trying to drive a conversion, we're also getting valuable insight signals that can be used for subsequent acquisition campaigns. Asking the right question also goes a long way in segmenting potential customers and eventually converting them. It is important to only ask questions that truly help to determine whether your leads are viable and worth following up with. A lot of times you may ask questions for the sake of getting information, but that's not necessarily the information that's relevant to you being able to best serve your customer. So therefore, it's important to only ask the questions that are relevant. So to go back to the autos example, you might be looking for someone to drive a test drive, to go for a test drive. So asking what time or date is suitable and will make the most sense, rather than asking for extra information about a landline number in addition to the phone number. For a financial services company, asking them if they own a credit card perhaps simplifies a whole lot of things and gives you a sense as to their creditworthiness. Or if you're a real estate company, asking them whether or not they're looking to buy or rent is important so that you can better tailor your follow-ups. While there's no silver bullet for nurturing, and definitely no replacement for powerful creatives and sharp targeting, it's important to keep a few principles in mind when nurturing. The first is to follow up promptly. While every industry has its own service leads, acknowledging a potential customer's expression of interest is critical. If a person shows interest in signing up for your product or service, don't keep them waiting too long. Secondly, personalize your response. It's great to respond immediately, but a template email doesn't really address that person's specific need, can lead them to drop off, or maybe a missed opportunity to really cater to their interests. Lastly, communicate frequently. In many of the categories, you'll need to reach out to people a couple of times in order to get a response and drive the conversion. You may give them little pieces of information every time you follow up, slowly building their interest and intent so that they become a customer at the end. The likelihood of conversion is further increased if you're reaching your most valuable audience. For instance, the people who have visited your website or taken action in your app. With the power of custom audiences and lookalikes, you can reach the right people, expand on that base in a much more targeted fashion. This is extremely powerful given the many attributes that we can use for prediction. Before I pass the baton on to my colleague David, I wanted to share an example of our latest case studies. This one's from Maserati. They wanted to take advantage of the buzz surrounding the release of their first SUV by generating cost-effective leads and driving sales with Facebook and Instagram. They developed this two-phase campaign to introduce and generate leads for their all-new Levante SUV. The branding phase of the campaign used video ads on Facebook and Instagram to communicate the uniqueness of the vehicle and establish an emotional connection with a qualified audience. Each video featured a different vehicle selling point, from the Levante's driving dynamics to its luxury interior features, targeted to who they thought might most respond to that message. In this first phase, they used third-party auto data from Polk to reach in-market and near-market luxury SUV shoppers. It also used custom audiences of people who had performed specific actions on Maserati.com, such as those who visited the Levante landing page, and then they built lookalikes against this list. As a second phase, now that they've built awareness with the video ads and targeted the right people who had shown intent, they used lead ads, which automatically filled in their contact information from people's Facebook profiles. This allowed them to increase the quality of leads that they generated during this phase, and was critical for them driving their downstream results. We'll now move on to how you can tap into the power of offline conversions to drive stronger results. Over to David.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm thrilled to be speaking about one of the challenges a lot of you have expressed, namely, how do I tie my online campaigns with offline activity? Let's start by looking at a reality we all agree on. While e-commerce has been growing rapidly in the past few years, people still make the majority of their purchases in stores, which means influencing store sales should be a primary goal for most marketers. However, people live their lives online. Mobile has become a constant companion. It's the first thing people look at in the morning and the last thing they look at before they go to bed, and they spend almost 3 hours a day on their mobile devices. Inevitably, this trend has a significant impact on the customer journey. Online activities are increasingly influencing offline transactions. The majority of people are using their mobile devices before, during their shopping trips, and to guide their purchasing decisions. As the impact of online, especially mobile, increases, the dividing line between digital and physical worlds start blurring. Therefore, it's more important than ever for businesses to bridge the gap between the digital and physical worlds. Conversions are happening everywhere, on desktop, mobile, and in stores. And all of these complex cross-devices moves, cross-channel conversions are challenging to measure for marketers. If you imagine that these are your customers, you can see that measuring online sales and online conversions does not give you a complete picture of your business. You're missing out on the impact your ads are having in the physical world. Creating an optimal ad stack requires this three-pillar strategy. We use the Facebook Pixel for the web, the Facebook SDK, sometimes called app events for the mobile apps, and we use offline conversions for everything else, whether it's in-store, over the phone, or deferred payments. This way you can have the most comprehensive picture of your ad campaigns and use your data to measure, target, and optimize your ads in the most effective way. Since your customers don't treat their consumer journey as online and offline, but a continuous spectrum, neither should your marketing strategy or your measurement tools. Your number one objective is to drive sales, regardless of whether it happens online or in store. In order to realize this goal, you need to bridge the gap between your marketing campaigns and your so-called offline data. You need to fuel this online strategy with insights from the real world. Facebook offline conversions ties your offline data to your Facebook campaigns and allows you to leverage these insights to help improve your performance. When we think about measurement, as we talked about earlier, the consumer journey is cross-device and conversions are cross-channel. Offline conversions allows you to break the measurement silos between online and in-store conversions and connect sales in your store directly to your Facebook campaigns. When you think about targeting, we are matching based on people, so you can build audiences based on real-world behaviors and insights to create richer targeting options. As far as optimization is concerned, offline conversions enables a near real-time report of conversions, and any offline data uploaded is also matched and made available to you in nearly real time. With this solution, advertisers get a daily read of offline conversions attributed to Facebook ads, making it possible to do timely adjustments to campaigns. The vision is building this capability to use offline conversions automatically to optimize all your advertising campaigns. Offline conversions can be used across all advertising objectives that run on Facebook, Instagram, and Audience Network. And importantly, it works with all formats, from carousel to video to dynamic ads, and of course with lead ads, as Kevin discussed earlier. This works because we're measuring results based on people. The offline conversions product compares your campaign audience to the people who later interacted with your business offline. Whether it's an in-store purchase, a phone-based booking, or something else, we give you that sequenced match. So you see that there is a sequenced attribution between your digital ads and the direct influence your campaigns had in an offline world. Offline conversions can be used across all of these advertising objectives, as I just stated. And the important thing is when you connect your offline data to your Facebook campaigns, you measure the true value as your audience sees your ads both online and offline. And you can see the performance of your campaigns and audiences holistically, understanding both the in-store and online success side by side with your offline success, so you can better invest your budget and your attention into the people that are most likely to convert. We also will enable you to use these insights to inform budgeting and campaign optimization parameters. So measuring these offline results directly is powerful, but what we all want is to harness our data to drive better advertising and increase our return on investment. You can now use offline conversions to improve your targeting, creating custom audiences to re-engage valuable customers based on their offline behaviors. For instance, you can retarget people who have shopped in stores and spent a certain amount of money or purchased something over the phone. Or you can create a custom audience based on the consumer's attributes, such as the people who have purchased in a certain category of product. Another thing you can do is prospect by excluding people who have purchased recently in your stores and only showing your campaigns to net new customers. So how does it work? Offline conversions allows you to connect your sales data, such as from your CRM or point of sale system, to Facebook to measure which audiences and campaigns are driving sales. You can send as much data as you like, including the transaction amount, information about the products or categories purchased, or customer information for us to match against. You can either connect your data directly to the API or upload it through the Business Manager, where your data will be securely transferred. If you upload through your Business Manager, the sensitive data, such as personal information, is also hashed prior to being transmitted to Facebook. If you are using the API, your data needs to be hashed before the transfer. So, how do we get started here? Well, we're going to run our campaigns to a target audience. Offline conversions data needs to be assigned to the campaigns so that your tracking spec is available to upload information, either through the Business Manager, UI, or the API, as we just discussed. Offline events sets are enabled and organized inside a Business Manager and created and assigned to your campaigns. You will not need to do any additional work after you've assigned your event sets. If you're connected to the API while you are running the campaign, you can go to Insights to watch reports update with your transactions in real time. Otherwise, after you upload your offline event sets are matched against your active ad campaigns, and you can see the results of your campaigns in Ads Manager. Please note that to get started with the Offline Conversions API, you must first determine the data source for offline conversions, such as that customer database or point of sale system. I'd like to take a moment to illustrate how this all comes together with an example from TELUS. TELUS is a Canadian telecom company with most of their activations taking place offline. They connect their CRM data to Facebook campaigns to see how their ads were driving sales. Results were very informative. Using the insights from offline conversions, they saw 34x more conversions coming from Facebook than they had originally calculated. And they realized that their cost per acquisition, their CPA, was 8x lower than originally thought. Michael Kors, one of the cutting-edge retailers, used Offline Conversions API to connect their online advertising efforts to in-store sales. Additionally, Michael Kors used the information it gathered through Offline Conversions to build campaigns for different customer segments based on the value, timing, and the frequency of their purchases. Using Offline Conversions to track and optimize the performance of link and carousel ads, Michael Kors gained a better understanding of how digital ads drive sales to its physical stores. Campaigns revealed the results that you see here, including a 33% increase in attributed return on ad spend. Lisa, the SVP of Global Communications and Marketing for Michael Kors, says, quote, "We're always looking to refine our attribution methods. Adopting offline conversions has enabled us to better connect our in-store sales to our Facebook campaigns. As a result, we've gained greater visibility into our customers' overall path to purchase. When we reevaluate performance in this way, we see a 5.3x increase in return on ad spend." End quote. Marketo has a strong suite of integrations that tie their marketing automation platform to Facebook to enable marketers to drive personalized, people-based engagement throughout the customer lifecycle and target the actions that deliver the best return on investment. Marketo is integrated with Facebook lead ads, custom audiences, and now with the offline conversions API as well. Lead ads drive better, higher value customers by combining Facebook's reach with a frictionless form that allows them to capture relevant information and intent from every potential customer. However, acquiring the lead is not the final step in the acquisition funnel. It is critical for advertisers to follow up with every lead as quickly and efficiently as possible to convert them into a loyal customer and maximize their campaign performance against downstream objectives. Marketo's lead ads integration allows advertisers who use Marketo's ad bridge to seamlessly, securely, and in real time transfer the leads they capture from Facebook lead ads and populate them into their Marketo instance. Now, in addition to being able to immediately follow up on those leads, advertisers will also be able to match transaction data from within their Marketo revenue model to Facebook ads reporting, helping them better understand the effectiveness of their ads in real time as leads move down the sales funnel. The Marketo integration enables an expansion of the offline conversions concept to a broad set of use cases that apply to all verticals and marketers, B2B marketers included. This screenshot shows an example of how to map fields from offline conversions through the Business Manager UI to match back to your advertising campaigns. The field will try to auto-detect some of the information that you upload. This example shows email, but it works similarly for phone, allows you to select several formats for the timestamp on transactions, and handle the rest of your data in an intelligent way. Quick summary. Offline conversions works regardless of your objective and with all formats. It also brings the ability to directly connect your campaigns to offline behavior like in-store purchases, interactions over the phone like booking appointments or selling directly, or deferred payments. This new solution from Facebook gives you near real-time visibility into the success of your ad campaigns where the transactions take place. However, before we move on to the Q&A section, I'd like to highlight the key points we'd love for you to take away from this presentation. 1, if you're trying to generate leads, use lead ads on Facebook and Instagram. 2, ensure that you are targeting the people who are most likely to turn into customers. 3, ensure to ask relevant questions which help you serve your customers better. 4, once you get a hold of the customer's information, don't forget to follow up promptly and to personalize your messages. 5, communicate frequently to ensure you get the desired action. And 6, make sure that you harness the power of offline conversions for downstream results. With this, it's a wrap, and we'd like to open it up for questions. We've got quite a few in already, so let's get started.